Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Sunshine, Realtor Eddy, coming to you live right down here in sunny South Florida. And boy, we're here for another update here at the weather here in sunny South Florida. And you know what? Things are starting to deteriorate. There's no question about it. As the winds are starting to pick up here in Palm Beach County, it's going to get even uglier as the day progresses. Justine Danuno, Mr. Sunshine, Realtor Eddy, Michael Wayne Landsman. We're sitting here live. Robin Dumas, Mr. Sunshine's coming to you live right here in Palm Beach County. And if I got a lot of material to cover in a short period of time. First and foremost, I hope everybody around the Facebook listening audience is having a fantastic day. Today, it's going to get ugly. Today, the main event is here. We're sitting here live at Command Central, the Mr. Sunshine Show, as we're going to sit here and broadcast for the afternoon each and every day, showing you exactly what's going on. I'm going to pan around behind me right now. At this particular point in time, you can see the wind is coming, the rain is here, and as the gusts are starting to come at 60 to 70 miles per hour, they will only increase as the day goes on. You can see what's going on behind me. We have tree damage right here. There's no question about it, as things are starting to deteriorate quickly. As a matter of fact, I've been getting in contact with my friends from around the Palm Beach County area. As a matter of fact, in the town of Palm Beach, down there at the 3475 South Ocean Boulevard, that's south of Lake Worth Pier, that a power line has come down on the road. It is a live wire at this particular point in time. It is in the water, and there is no one there to be able to repair it. So South Ocean Boulevard is down. There's nobody driving there. It's over. The electricity is running across the street right now. There's no repairman to be able to go out there and take care of it. So 3475, the building down there, that would be south of just before the Bon V, I do believe. I don't know off the top of my head. Now, we've got a lot going on here. As a matter of fact, we're seeing that the weather down in Miami is starting to really turn ugly. Down at the Florida Keys, we understand that some of the keys are already underwater. I would imagine Key West is so. I've been watching the reports from the other reporters coming to you live from around the state of Florida. Now, Mr. Sunshine has been bringing it to you live all day long. There's no question about it. We're sitting here in a concrete bunker so we can film live in pretty much the safety of the storm. Definitely, we're not going to be traveling. As a matter of fact, the Palm Beach County had a 3 p.m. curfew as of yesterday afternoon, so we're not going to be, anybody caught out on the roads will either be taken to jail or they will be written to appear in court, probably to pay a fine for violating the curfew of the county. Dustin live, Daniel, this is what's happening here in sunny South Florida as Mr. Sunshine is bringing it to you live. We have many tornado warnings here in Palm Beach County. We've had some touchdown, I understand, out in the Wellington area, and we're watching those closely. As the bands are starting to appear more and more here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you the bands of rain come in, and as you can see, the trees are already bending over, all right, and that will continue even to get worse as the day progresses. There's no question about it. Joey Tenuto, you can see what's going on. We have broken trees here. We have fencing over here right on the other side that has already been blown off. Now, we haven't gotten the severe weather the way they're getting it over in the West Coast. It is a disaster area over there. They're talking about 12-foot storm surges. So as things are going to deteriorate over there, we're all in this together. There's nobody immune. There's nobody exempt. Denny Fields, Mr. Sunshine's coming to you live. Palm Beach County here in sunny South Florida. We are live through the hurricane. Now, I can't speak for what's going on over there in Tampa or St. Petersburg. I'm not there. I'm only filming and bringing it to you as it's happening here in Palm Beach County. Overnight, we had some high winds come through here. They're calm. We're only getting the outer bands at this particular point in time. The hurricane is moving at 8 miles per hour, and it's the size of the state of Florida. So everybody on the state from one end to the other is going to get some kind of storm damage, some kind of storm surge. Here in Palm Beach, they have everything shut down. All the streets are down. The police are out in full force right now. Susie Foreman, things are taking place here. Jennifer, I understand she's in Russia. She actually flew to Spain, and then she's heading to Russia, and then going on the presidential cruise with Michael Bailey on Royal Caribbean Cruise Line in the Mediterranean cruise. We are here now. Now it's starting to get ugly here. We have over 1 million people without electricity. That's right, 1 million people without electricity. And as you can see, this is what's going on. Gary Jones, the only thing I can say right now is everybody needs to prepare and prepare for the worst, okay? So far, we have been lucky. There's no question about it. That's right, Key West is underwater, from what I understand. You know what, and one more thing, as Mr. Sunshine, I'm going to just make it real clear for the Facebook listening audience around the world. We've had over 1 million views on the video since yesterday. 1 million views. And you know, we always get people like this. The fact of the matter, this doesn't come off. This is the real deal. You understand what I'm talking about? It's not a wig. It doesn't pull off. It's the real deal, all right? And as the humidity or the hair just kind of hangs down, it's not a mop, it's not a wig, whatever all of this is going on. If that's all you got better to do in your lives, you were probably the same people that were talking about Trump's wife's shoes as she was heading on to Air Force One. But we don't need to talk about that. We're going to talk about important stuff here. We're going to be here live at the Mr. Sunshine Show broadcasting. Now we have CNN, the Certified Nazi Network. We have CBS, Fox News. We have all of that going on right now. You can be sitting there and watching television. If your electricity's out, as a matter of fact, my dear friend Craig Firestone, David Langle, they are out of electricity down there in the Fort Lauderdale area. Tanisha, let me tell you something, Tanisha. When you're talking about Mr. Sunshine, you're going to be talking about styling and profiling. I'm not going to be out here in a rain jacket. I'm not going to be sitting here looking like Jethro Bodine, all right? I'm not going to have a weed sticking out of my eye with some kind of straw hat on, all right, with some kind of funky looking shirt. We're going to be talking, let's talk about ties right now. Okay, you want to talk about the world of fashion, let's talk about how Sunshine's sitting here. You want to talk about, this is what it's all about. You want to talk about a tie, first off, you either talk about Gianni Versace or you're going to talk about Leonard of Paris, okay? So as you're sitting here explaining it to the Facebook audience around the world, I'm going to make sure that I'm styling and profiling. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be couth to come here looking like some kind of Joe Blow off the street. I got to look presentable when we're coming here. As a matter of fact, things are taking place. As a matter of fact, Mama Mary, she's all secure. She's out here smoking her cigarette. She's having a good time, all right? It's a serious issue. I'm sitting here talking about it, but it is dead serious, okay? I can sit here and joke about it. We can sit here and talk about it. There's people drowning right now. There's people going to get a storm surge. They're going to lose everything that they have. All right, this is a serious issue. No matter where you are, the state of Florida is big. It's 400 miles from Tallahassee down to Miami. Anybody at any place at a particular point in time is going to have a serious issue. So you know what? I just particularly be sitting here in a bunker, all right? If I didn't have a concrete bunker here with the hurricane shutters that rolled down and the hurricane impact windows, guess what? I would have been flying out of here, dragging Mama Mary on the first plane out of here. Well, we've been riding him out. We know what hurricanes are about. Mama Mary's been here for almost 30 years. She knows more about hurricanes than Jim Cantor does, okay? Now, for my Facebook friends around the world, Jim Cantor, as a matter of fact, I saw you were actually watching Mr. Sunshine yesterday. Well, you know what, Jim? I saw you and I saw Anderson Cooper. Okay, let me tell you something, guys. Go get some better clothes, okay? I don't mean to talk about, I'm telling it the way it is. If you're going to go around live on national, worldwide television, at least style and profile a little bit. The guy that's hanging down there, that man down there, what's his name? John Berman. At least he's got a t-shirt on. He didn't have his jacket on, okay? But you know what? If you're going to sit here, you never know when you're going to get called into the game. You understand what I'm talking about? For each and every one of us from around the world, all right, you got to make sure you're dressed, all right? And even in sports, even the water boy that's handing water out to the first stringers, all right, he's got a jersey on, he's got his clothes on. In the event the coach says, look, get into the game, you're dressed, you're ready to go, because that's the way it's going to go. And even with Mr. Sunshine down here, whether we're sitting here in a shirt, jacket, and tie, whether I come out here in a Versace robe. Now, if I come out here in a robe, then you know the end is near, okay? You know, if I come out here wearing one of my Versace robes, looking like this, smoking a cigar, that may be the last of it, all right? Oh, look at this. It's getting ugly now. I want you to take a look. There it is. Look at this. The wind is picking up right now. You can see this. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing. I have the microphone on. If I was to take it off, you can hear that wind is really kicking right there. No question about it. We actually have this tree. This tree here is going to go down. You can see most of it is already snapped off right now. You can see that. Look at that. That just happened just recently. That's going to be a tree. On the other side here, we're near the ocean. We again, for those of you just tuning in Palm Beach, South Ocean Boulevard, an electric line has fallen into the ground. It's already in the water. It's electrified. It is a live wire. There is no driving on South Ocean Boulevard down there at the 3400 block. So anybody that's there on South Ocean Boulevard, when they told you to evacuate, you needed to go then. It's too late. You can't get out now. They're not sending FP&L out to pull that live wire out of the water to get you out of there. Now, we are sitting here in just some light rain, some heavy winds. It's going to deteriorate. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get very serious as the day into the evening tonight. Come tonight is when we're going to be getting more of the serious bands. All right, right now we're just on the outer bands. You have to remember, we're 70 miles from Miami right here to Palm Beach County. So as those bands are coming around, as they're coming in, they're actually going west. We're getting the tail end of it. As it comes up by tomorrow, it's going to be across the state from us over in Tampa. Tomorrow is going to even be as worse, because now we're actually going to be closer to it as the Hurricane Irma treks north up through the state of Florida. Now, as a matter of fact, we're going to sit here and discuss what's really going on. There's a lot going on here. We have things, branches are flying around, palm fronds. And if you take a palm frond flying at 70 miles an hour, it will go right through you. It will impale you. If you're driving in a car, it will go right through the window and come right at you. There's no question about it. Everything is game right now. As a matter of fact, there was some street lights here. The domes that were on the top, they literally blew off last night. They're actually ended up, they're probably over there in the intracoastal right now, as hard as the wind was blowing last night. It sounded like it was a freight train coming about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in this morning. So we were definitely not going to come out here at that particular point in time. Now, let's talk about, we had people saying, oh, we're thinking about the weather. Well, let's talk about the weather. As of 9 o'clock this morning, the wind was at 62 degrees, high Augusta about 82 degrees. Visibility was 10 miles. We had the cloud cover was overcast clouds at 090. The air temperature was 83 with the, look at this. Now it's starting to get bad now. Now the wind is starting to pick up. The rain is going to start coming here. We haven't had any flooding here at this particular point in time. Relative humidity is at 85%. The barometric pressure is 29.58. Sea level is 1,001.7. Now, in Miami, they have recorded winds of 100 miles per hour. So things are really taking place in Miami. The people that are in the upper condos that are overlooking the oceans, I'm sure that their hurricane impact windows are there, but there's going to be no electricity. So those people in those condos will be stuck, all right? And if they're flooding, as the storm surge, as they're saying, they're not even going to be able to get out of their condo for fear that the ground floor is all going to be in there. As a matter of fact, I just have some people texting me in here from North Palm Beach, asking me what's going on. Well, we're sitting here filming live outside in the secured place here from Mr. Sunshine Show, as we're going to be bringing it to you. There's no question about it. Sophie Foster, Mr. Sunshine's coming to you live right here as we're broadcasting here as the hurricane is here in Florida. It's not that bad here in Palm Beach County. That I can guarantee. It's not that bad. We don't, other than some wind, we have some broken trees here, a few rain bands, but that will change as the day progresses. So we're going to sit here We're going to hope for the best. We're going to continue broadcasting live. We're going to have our hurricane chat today. So you know what, as we're sitting out here, and you know what, I don't care where you live. I don't care if you're living in a 2-bedroom studio or you're living in a mansion in Palm Beach with about 30 rooms and 40 bathrooms. You get claustrophobia. You're going to get all kind of, you're getting locked up in there, especially for Mr. Sunshine when he's out running around on a motorcycle or running around touring all day. To stay indoors, you get cabin fever. So we brought out here, we're going to broadcast live. We have our little office right here live as we're going to broadcast. Everything, it doesn't matter what's going on. Andre, there's no question about it. We're sitting here live. Valentino, you can see Duran, you can see the Earth Cam, you can see the magnitude of this Hurricane Irma. It is completely covering the entire state of Florida. It's either at a Category 3 or Category 4. My people, Floridians on the West Coast, they are in some serious trouble. Coming out of Miami, we can see, I actually have a few friends, my dear friend Jenny, she's down there. They're out of electricity, and the high winds are approaching 100 miles an hour there. Cassandra, this is how it's going to go on. And you know what, Lisa Orleans made an exemplary comment. Governor Scott has done an outstanding job. You can never be underprepared, okay? You can never be saying that you're not ready. You always got to make sure that you worry for the worst, okay? You always want to make sure you're there for the worst, because if you prepare for less than that, you're going to be in for a big surprise. Now, as you saw on some of the other news channels, some of the oceans are literally disappeared. You're actually looking at the seabed. That is the water that has been sucked away from the hurricane. This morning, it all came back. So you can see what the storm surge, when they say that the water can literally be removed from that area, the hurricane sucks it up. And then the water is gone. You're actually looking at the seabed. You can see that on several of the other channels. There's no question about it. Tanya, don't worry about it. Mama Mary at 88 years old, as long as she's got about 3 packs of cigarettes to smoke all day, she's in good shape. There's no question about it. Now, on the ocean, we're getting, with the storm surge coming in, you're getting that salt air. The salt air is coming off. As a matter of fact, yesterday when I was there filming, I actually got covered in a glaze of salt. And what happens is that salt approaches you, it goes right into your clothes, it goes right into your skin, it goes into your hair, your eyes can't, my sunglasses were completely covered with salt. Now that salt is actually attacking all of the oceanfront buildings, the cars, everything, along with the broken line, the power line that's down there with the salt. It's conducive. So now you're actually going to have an entire area that's electrified on the ground. So that's going to be a serious issue. Here we go. We got some more bands coming in here. Take a look. Here's some more bands as the wind is coming in. You can see those trees right there. By the tomorrow, those trees will probably be broken in half. Right now, we're only getting gusts of about probably 50 to 60 miles an hour sometimes, but it will increase as the day progresses. So you know what? There's no question about it. I got some friends of mine in Rome, Italy. We're actually broadcasting down to Australia. We have them in Austria, Germany right now, Tokyo, Japan. I see that some friends of mine from the United Kingdom, Manchester, London, and a crew, as a matter of fact. And things are always going to be taking place here. Right now, centralized right here in sunny South Florida. We have the catastrophe over there in Houston as they are taking care of their situation with Hurricane Harvey. We're here. Alyssa, I hope everything's good in Texas. What you people dealt with last week, we're going to be dealing with right now. We have our dear friend Brian Jones from Newark, New Jersey. Let me tell you something. You guys rock. There's no question about it. For my Facebook friends that are down here in Fort Lauderdale in the Miami area, they've been out of electricity. We have over 1 million people out of electricity right now. So they can't watch television, they can't watch anything. They have no air conditioning. Okay, so at least Mr. Sunshine, as far as Palm Beach County is concerned, all right, I still have power here. We're actually hooked up. We have generator operations and we're all of that. So there's no question about it. Cabs, I'm glad you're following. Mr. Sunshine is just bringing it to you live the way we can. There's no question about it. Sid Weiss, you know what, Sid? You rock. There's no question. Dallas, Texas, Tanya, people from Maryland, Yale, Val Saint, You're coming out of Maryland. Gregory Scott Ratner. Gregory, one of my dearest friends right here. Gregory Scott Ratner, another blogger down here in Palm Beach County. He handles all of the events. Well, you know what, Gregory? Naturally, needless to say, we're not going to be at any car shows today or anytime soon. That I can guarantee you. But Gregory Scott Ratner, one of my dear friends here in Palm Beach County. We have Chaz in Baltimore, Maryland. There's no question about it. Virgilio, Boston. Gene Zittrich, Mean Gene Zittrich, coming out of Michigan over there. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Galveston, Texas. This is what sunny South Florida and the Facebook listening audience around the world has to offer as far as catastrophe. Sure, we could sit here and we could talk about everything, but when you have a natural catastrophe, when you see people in a life and death situation, when you have storm surges, you're going to see flooding, you're going to see people dying. All right, we can at least broadcast. Baltimore, Nikki's coming out of Baltimore. You know what? There's no question about it. Virgilio, you know what, Mr. Sunshine, as he says to everybody, God loves you and Eddy does too. I mean that, each and every one of you. There's no question about it. As we're sitting here, we're going to bring it to you live. Alyssa, you know what? It is a scary thing. There's no question about it. If anybody tells you they're not scared, they're either lying to you or they're in a coma, all right? You think Mr. Sunshine's not a little concerned as to what's going on? But the fact of the matter is you got to face death each and every day. And a catastrophe like this, I'm not going to sit in a fetal position, sucking my thumb, hoping for a miracle, praying to God, hoping it's all good. We're going to sit here and broadcast live as it's happening. And whether I'm here in Palm Beach County, for my dear friends in Miami, or in Tampa, or St. Petersburg, over there, Clearwater, it's going to be ugly. There's no question about it. Xavier, it doesn't come off, okay? You see that? For all my Facebook friends yesterday, they're saying, oh my God, when you're looking at 100% humidity, all right, maybe I need to I don't have a cosmetologist here. I don't have a hairstylist or putting on makeup, all right? You're getting me live as it's happening, all right? Where it's sitting here at 100% humidity. As a matter of fact, it's so humid out here, practically sweating to death. If I wasn't getting a little breeze here, I'd be dying. So you know what? The fact of the matter, Oklahoma, we got Sheila coming out of Oklahoma right now. There's the fact of the matter is that things are taking place. Chrissy, we're sitting here styling and profiling. Talia, I hope you're having a great day today. For around the country and around the world, all right? We have hurricanes, we have earthquakes, we have tsunamis, all right? We have all kind of sinkholes. People are dying. We have forest fires. No matter where you are, no matter where you live around the world, there's going to be there's a natural catastrophe somewhere. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, when it comes to a time like this, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican, doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, independent, it doesn't matter. All of that is gone out of the equation. The bottom line is we're all human beings. You understand? You can sit there and do this, you can talk and badmouth and this and that, but the fact of the matter, when it boils down, you're all human beings. We all have to get through life. We have 7 billion people on Earth, okay? And with only 2 people, you can have a controversy. With 7 billion, we all have to get along, each and every one of us. Michigan, Sandra Lee Trinity. Michigan, one of my dearest friends, Sandra, out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. Me and Sandra went to grade school together. Me and Sandra were like this in class. There was no question. As a matter of fact, Sandra, as her name is Trinity, my last name was Shipek. The S and T were together, so we were always together as far as alphabetical order when it came to our grade school from kindergarten up there in Sterling Heights, Michigan. No question about it. Portland, Oregon. Alicia, you know what? There's no question about it. Mr. Sunshine's sitting out here. It's going to get ugly. Believe me, what we're looking at now is just a spring shower as to what's going to be happening here in sunny South Florida. Now, for those of you that don't have electricity, the people at the Weather Channel, the people at CNN, all of them, the news crews are all out there right now. As a matter of fact, I was watching them early today. We have Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper's out there. He's in his raincoat. He's, I don't know what location he is at this point. Jim Cantor, he's out there. As a matter of fact, Justin from the Weather Channel, he's up in Georgia. He was the one that we did the interview in Palm Beach 2 days ago as we sat there on the ocean discussing the financial devastation. Okay, that was another thing. When the Weather Channel was there broadcasting in Palm Beach, most of all of the residents have already gone. All right, all the people, the billionaires, the celebrities, and everybody else that live on the island, they're not even here. All right, so we were discussing the financial devastation of what a hurricane can cost. They're estimating Hurricane Irma at $65 billion. That's $65 billion, okay? And it's going to be ugly. There's no question about it. So, we can sit here and talk about human lives today, tomorrow, and into Tuesday. But then after Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, once the hurricane's gone here, everybody's going to be on the phone. Everybody's going to be discussing with their insurance company. Everybody's going to be looking for cleanup. Everybody's going to be looking for how I'm going to get paid to rebuild what we have. Now, sunny South Florida, we've been through many hurricanes. That's what sunny South Florida is known for. Okay, there's no question about it. Dave Tyree, one of my dearest friends. Dave Tyree actually lived across the street from me there in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Dave, Mr. Sunshine, is live here in sunny South Florida. As you can see behind me, what's really happening, we're through here in a Category 4 hurricane. The hurricane is over on the west coast of Florida. Okay, so we're just getting the outer bands. It's moving at 8 miles per hour. And it was in the Miami area earlier today. So at 8 miles an hour, it's moving north. We're getting the outer bands. As a matter of fact, you can see that tree has been destroyed. That tree, look at that. The branches have fallen down. The other ones are still sitting up in the tree. And that, by the time the winds finish it off tonight, that will be down. We actually have some light poles down here. The light poles with the balls on it. Those have already been blown off. All right, so now you got, as soon as the power comes on tonight with the timer, that's going to be an electrical issue. There could be shock down there. All right, more than likely the circuit breaker will blow that out. As a matter of fact, for those of you just joining us, South Ocean Boulevard in Palm Beach at the 3500 block. Electrical line is now down. It broke off. It's down. It's a live wire on the street of South Ocean Boulevard. It's flooded with water. So now that is an entirely electrocution area. Nobody is driving there. They actually have that set down. There's no FP&L going to go out and repair that. It's going to stay live until somebody goes out and shuts off the main circuit breaker before someone dies over there from shock. That is why it's mandatory. And Governor Scott knows this. He was on the phone with former Governor Chris knows hurricanes of sunny South Florida better even than Mr. Sunshine. So there's no question about it. It's right over here. It's Rebecca. The power line at South Ocean Boulevard is right over here. I can literally practically walk there, all right? And we don't want to do that. So there's no question about it. David Lopez, this is what's going on. Guess what, David? You want to come on down here? Let me tell you something, David. You come down here. I want you to bring a shirt, a jacket, and a tie, because once all of this goes away, we're going to be back to the Colony Hotel. We're going to be dancing at the Motown night. We got Popeye Alexander over there. I would have been there Friday night, but the hurricane was coming. They had a hurricane curfew at that particular point in time. So, you come on down here, you style and profile. We'll take you over to the Colony Hotel. We'll dance, and then we'll do it from there. We'll go over to the Leopard Lounge. And Dave, if you're still handling from what I'm dishing out, we'll take you and we'll finish you off at the Loft, 221 Clematis, till we dance till about 7 o'clock in the morning with all the women lined up from here to Tallahassee waiting for a shot. There's no question about it. No, you know what? There's no chance of coming down here. David, you come on down here after the hurricane's over. Andre Lindgren, you know what, Andre? With this wind blowing, look at this. I keep pulling it back because it keeps falling down in my head. So no question about it. Robert Pontes, Kathy Gray coming out of Tennessee, Burt Ward. This is what's happening. Cliff, things are taking place here in sunny South Florida, live here at the Mr. Sunshine Show. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to sit here and do a little hurricane chat if anybody wants to discuss it. You know what, David? The women that are going to come there are going to take you to school. And you know what? As the day progresses here, I'm going to take you to school. We're going to educate you on hurricanes. We're going to educate you on wind speeds, the flooding, the possible devastation. So take a look at this. We've got more and more bands coming up here. As you can see right here, what's going on here in sunny South Florida. Yes, right. It is. I appreciate you saying it's better than CNN. There's no question. Bert, we're going to continue filming here. We have a lot of battery back power up, and you can see what's going on. As far as Palm Beach County is concerned, I don't know what's happening in Broward. I'm getting text messages from my friends there in Broward County. David Langle's there. Mr. Firestone is there. We also have Alicia there and Jenny down there. So Jenny is living in Miami down there at Biscayne Bay. That is a disaster zone right now. I'm glad she's high enough in the condo association to make sure that everything is good. We actually have 166 viewers at this particular point in time. Between yesterday and today, we've had over 1 million views coming here in sunny South Florida. And you know what? I come out here and do this because, number one, I don't want to be indoors in cabin fever. You're going to get claustrophobia in there, okay? It's not safe to travel, so I'm not going to be traveling anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's not very bad right now, but the police will issue you a citation and go to court for violating their curfew, or they will take you to jail. They don't want any kind of looting going on, and believe me, they got over 166 state troopers out there right now. Palm Beach County, Palm Beach Police, West Palm Beach Police, and the Sheriff's Department are out in full force, reinforcing that there will be no other that wants to go on there today. So that's what's going to be happening here live in sunny South Florida. Kathy Jones, we're going to bring it to you live. That's right, we're not this no spin zone. We're not going to sit here and tell you all of those kind of stuff like that. We're not the fair and balanced or nothing like that. You want to go watch that, you go turn on Fox News. If you want to go see the Certified Nazi Network, you can go listen to all of their news. I'm telling it the way it's going to be, no question about it. Because you know what? Irma, you're in Baltimore, Maryland. You know what, Irma? You also have catastrophes there in Baltimore when you have the severe snowstorms up there, when the ice storms come and your power goes out and you're sitting at 30 below zero up there. I know what it's all about. There's no question about it. Jared, as far as Andrew, you have to understand here, okay? When you watch the news, you're only watching the reporter at the location that they are at. If there's one sitting in Tampa, he might be sitting there on the beach. If you're in Miami, as a matter of fact, I saw, you're only seeing that little area that you're seeing. What you're looking at, as far as Mr. Sunshine is concerned, what you're looking at right now is what I'm broadcasting. Now, you can see the wind is blowing. You can see the trees behind us here. You can see the wind picking up. Later this afternoon, we're going to get rain bands coming in here, and it's going to get even more serious. Okay, so when you talk about comparing it to Hurricane Andrew, all right, as a whole, a Category 3 or 4 hurricane, yes, compare it to Andrew then. Compare it to the devastation. We're not even getting anything. This is not even the hurricane. This is only the extreme outer band. You got to remember, it's 400 miles wide. The center is here, so it's 200 this way, 200 this way. If Miami is 70 miles from here, we're only getting minor bands as it's going west. Had it came this way, guess what? We'd be sitting here with a hell of a lot more hair flying around than what you're looking at right now. So comparing it to Andrew, we won't know until tomorrow. It's going to really get bad tomorrow because as it's only moving 8 miles per hour, all right, as it moves north, we're going to see more devastation, more storm surges, more flooding, and everything else. That's right. That's the scary part. As far as John Skiba, right now we are under tornado warnings. We've actually had tornadoes here out in Wellington. Now, in the town of Wellington, we have several celebrities that live out. Number one, one of the world's richest men in the world, Bill Gates. Bill Gates has a spectacular mansion out there. I actually last year filmed the outer area. Naturally, you can't go into that gated community, but we have him sitting out there. We actually have, my cousin Victor and Sandy said everything is good as far as my uncle's concerned, where the family is all well taken care of. No question about that. Victor, Sandy, things are taking place here. Everything's good here at the complex. There's no problems as of now. Now, when you're talking, Shannon, we're going to be careful. You know, Mr. Sunshine knows how to survive in hurricanes. I was here in 2003. We witnessed the 2004, actually the condo over there in Palm Beach on the ocean. My mother, my 88-year-old mother, when the hurricane blew the window out, it blew the door wall out on the ocean. We had all of that sand, the salt air come in, and a flower pot from one of the neighbors came and smashed the window. I just bought the oceanfront condo at that time, and she went over there during the end of the hurricane to secure up Mr. Sunshine's condo. Okay, you're talking about an 88-year-old woman going over there in this weather to secure it up the best she could using some tarps. All right, then she got on the phone, she called the door company. We end up getting a hurricane impact window door wall for that location. So there's no question about it as things are going. Kathy Jones, we're going to continue broadcasting. Stay safe wherever you are. There's no question about it. You're in Devosta right now, Derek. We're here in Palm Beach County, the town of Palm Beach. Tracy Vargo coming out of Grindstone, Pennsylvania, one of my dear friends. Tracy, this is what's going on. Shannon, you can see my dear friend out of Grindstone, Pennsylvania. I have a lot of friends from Pennsylvania, a lot of friends from Michigan. Dave Tyree is on right now. We have our friends from Riles Run, Pennsylvania right now, and things are going to be taking place. Dave Tyree, you know what? So, I miss you, Dave. I miss going across the street, and Mama Mary misses your mom too, because when we were in Sterling Heights, Michigan, it's a close knit. We lived in the suburbs there. We had my dear friends Paul Patapa, we had Sandra Trinity, Dave Tyree, the big city, Michigan, Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent. That's the way it was going to go. American Muscle going down to Gratiot. Then we go to Pennsylvania, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You want to talk about Pittsburgh? Let's talk about the Iron Curtain. Let's talk about the Steel Curtain. You can't get Americans down. Gene Zitrich, one of the greatest guys, the #1 contractor, one of my buddies from school. Mean Gene, let me tell you, when you're ready to come down here this season, I got a robe for you. We got some Louis. We're going to take you over there dancing. We're going to show you what sunny South Florida is all about. And as Mr. Sunshine brings it to you, that's right, you hold the fort down there in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Motor City Madman, the man Mean Gene Zitrich, coming to you live out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. Mean Gene, God loves you and Eddie does too. You know that, my friend. But I don't want to sit inside. We're not going to sit out there. We're going to sit outside here. We can't go anywhere. We're under mandatory curfew. We can't get out onto the road driving around. Number one, it's not safe. Number two, it's against the law. And number three, Sunshine is not going to go to jail over here looking like this in there, waiting to get bailed out. It doesn't work that way. Now, earlier today, I've been changing some outfits here and there, trying to make a little thing going on. The fact of the matter, if things get worse, if things go, and Mr. Sunshine, you never know what's going to happen. You got to face death in the face each and every day. I can guarantee you, as God is my witness, as I'm standing here, if I end up in the morgue, I'm at least going to be the best dressed man in the morgue, okay? There's no question about it. If I'm going to go down, at least I'm going to be styling and profiling, even laying there on a slab down there at the morgue. So that's how it's going to go right there. We're not going to go in there looking at Rodney right now. As a matter of fact, Chrissy, you know what, Chrissy, the fact of the matter, all of this comes to an end. You understand, Chrissy? There's no question about it. As we have, you can see the haters. You're always going to have those trolls out there. They're sitting out there looking for a little bit of, they think that their comments are going to bother Mr. Sunshine. You know what? There's no question. Rodney, let me tell you something. As a matter of fact, Rodney, you want to see what's going on? Let's tell you what's going on right here. All right? Today, we're sitting out here with the Gucci's on, all right? We're going to talk about the Gucci's as we're sitting here, right here, live in sunny South Florida. So you know what? You can look at Jim Contour. You can go look at Anderson Cooper. You can go sit there and see Mr. Betzel. You can go see Justin. You can go see John Vernon, All right, they're not going to be styling and profiling. They're wearing some kind of raincoat. I don't even know where they got that from, and some boots. Well, you know what? God bless them. For what they're getting paid, they ought to be looking better than what Mr. Sunshine's looking at this particular point in time. No question about it. So you know what, LaWanda, thank you so much. We're going to make sure things are there. Orlando, you know what, Orlando? You keep doing this, Orlando. I'm not, you know what, maybe if you were a woman, maybe we'd be discussing it. But for someone like you, we don't need to go any further from there. Sandra Trinity, you're always, you know what, Shannon, you know what's going on. You know what, Kathy, I could care less. You know what, Kathy, I actually love them. You know why? Because I got 10,000 comments yesterday. That's right. Facebook records every single message, every single like, every single heart, every single thumbs up. Yesterday we had 10,000. All right. Yesterday we had over 1 million viewers. So you know what? They can all do this. I don't care. All it's doing is making the numbers climb. All right. And that's what it's going to be. And you know what? There's no question about it. Robert, I got a tailor here. All right. Unless you know Brioni. All right. Unless you're wearing a Super 180 suit. Don't talk to me about tailors, okay? We know more about the world of fashion here in sunny South Florida. And, you know, we can talk about fashion for a moment. When you're talking about sunny South Florida, the first name that comes up, Gianni Versace, the Versace mansion, the epitome of the world of fashion in the mind of Gianni Versace, his untimely death being shot down there on the steps of his spectacular mansion ended the world of fashion as life knows it. All right, we can sit here and still talk about Armani. We can talk about Kitan. We can talk, Chrissy, you know what you can do with that pizza, don't you? You know what I can, yeah, I'll give you some of that pizza. All right, we'll shove more pizza down. You won't know, you'll be screaming for saying, Sunshine, I can't take any more. That's the way it's going to go there. So there's no question about it. But Libby, you know, we sit here. This isn't pay-per-view. You're not paying for this. It's not a Mayweather-McGregor fight where you got to call in your credit card number or subscribe. You're getting it free. Where are you going to get this kind of entertainment? You're not going to get this from CNN. You're not going to get this from Fox News. You're going to get it right here. Now, let's pack back around here, show you what's going on. This is it. We're still getting some light winds. We're getting some bands of rain. It's nothing serious. We're not going to get flooded out. I'm high enough here at the castle, as you will, Command Central. This is the Sunshine Command Central right here as we broadcast live. I don't have anything else to do today. I'm not showing any houses. We're not showing any properties today. We're only going to be bringing it to you live as things are going to be going. Tavlish, did you see? I did the Weather Channel interview. We did that 2 days ago. They're actually using that sound bite and those video in their commercials. So if you're watching any of the commercials from the Weather Channel, you're going to see yours truly there, right there. Marty Nautigal. You know what? For my Facebook friends around the world, Marty Nautigal, one of my dearest friends, back in the early 80s. Back in the early 80s, they had the Premier Center. And I always tell this story because anytime I see Marty Nautigal come up on the line, Orlando, let me tell you something, Orlando. We're sitting here in the lap of luxury while we're enjoying this terrible hurricane. Orlando, we're gonna be cutting you off because we don't care one way or the other what you're talking. But Marty, when it came to Marty Nautigal styling and profiling down there at the Premier Center, Marty, we had all those women lined up all the way down Van Dyke, waiting for a shot at what's really going to go on there. Robert Dolman, Mr. Sunshine, sitting here today. We're actually, you can see that right there. We're wearing the Louis Vuitton evidence glasses right now. All right, so as we're sitting here, we're going to be broadcasting all day long. There's no question. You know what? You can't touch. Listen, I've been specialized, and you can't troll the biggest troller going today, okay? With 6 million viewers worldwide, all your little bit of trolling you're going to do ain't going to bother me one bit, no question about it. Jay Lone, subscribe to my YouTube. I have over 4,000 videos on YouTube, traveling around the world, especially on Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. We go on cruise ships. We've got 4,000 videos. We show you the sunny South Florida lifestyle. We're showing you the best of what sunny South Florida has to offer. If you're looking for a property, www.mypalmbeachrealestate.com. You go to my website. It's tied into all of the MLSs, the multi-listing sales. Don't look to buy something right now, okay? Forget about right now. We're in the midst of a catastrophe. But you're going to be seeing, you go to my website, you can see all the property. I'm not selling you anything. It's only tied to the MLS, the multi-listing sales. That's exactly what every property from Martin County, Palm Beach County, Broward County, and Dade, including Fisher Island. So if you're thinking about it, Dinkles, Mr. Sunshine loves you too. There's no question about it. We're bringing it to you live. This is what's really going on. Xavier, if you're thinking about coming down to sunny South Florida, come on down. Wait till the hurricane blows over. Go take you out. We're going to get launched. You know, the thing is, no question about it, this is what's going to happen. Michael, we're always going to be closing deals. We're always going to be making things happen. As a matter of fact, let's talk about some properties prior to the hurricane. All right, Sunshine, we got a $2.5 million mansion out here just a few miles from here. 9,000 square feet. It's got every amenity known to man. It's actually got a guest house outside. Olympic-sized swimming pool will be going in. I've posted the pictures on my Facebook. $2.5 million, bring me an offer. My next one, I have a $1.65 million mansion, North Palm Beach in Captain's Key, directly on the canal. It's got its own private boat dock out there. Spectacular place, no question about it. Chrissy, do you understand what I'm saying? You know what, Chrissy? Let's do this. Maybe you don't understand what we're talking about. It's the real deal, all right? So, Chrissy, you can sit there and troll all you want. There's no wig here. So the fact of the matter, it was $2.5 million. It's still there. It's hurricane impact rated. We have hurricane shutters on it. Okay, I also have a condo in the Metropolitan building, downtown City Place. All hurricane impact, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, completely fully furnished, with every amenity in it, $345,000. It can put you in there. If you're thinking about what's going on over here, oceanfront, we can put you oceanfront on South Ocean Boulevard. I have a double penthouse, hurricane impact windows, hurricane automatic electric shutters. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, double penthouse available oceanside. It's directly on the Intracoastal, has its own private boat dock. $599,000 can put you in there. You have ocean views, Intracoastal views, and everything else of what life has to offer right there. What else we have here? We got all of that. I can't keep moving up here. Difference between Texas to Florida. That's right, Adam, you are absolutely correct. When you're talking about the state of Florida, the building codes are much stronger than anywhere else. You're going to be talking about special nail, you're going to special about special building materials, thicker walls, hurricane impact windows. You're going to be talking about hurricane rated shutters. Okay, so when you're buying a property here, you're pretty much buying a place that's hurricane resistant. I'm not going to say it's hurricane proof because there's nothing hurricane proof, but it's going to be hurricane resistance. As you know what, Apex, the fact of the matter is, Elvis never looked so good. You understand what I'm talking about? So you know what? Keep doing this. There's no question about it. We're going to continue keeping you updated. I really don't have anything else to do today. It's not like I'm going to be showing properties. I'm not having an open house today. And I definitely don't want to sit indoors all day. So we're going to just sit out here. As a matter of fact, it's starting to get dark now. So the rain bands are going to start coming in here. It's going to start getting ugly. No question about it. So yeah, Craig Firestone. I actually talked to Craig Firestone earlier. They had no power since yesterday. They don't have any electricity. So he's sitting down there in the dark. I believe he's staying down there with his daughter. So that's the way it's going to be. No question about it. Crystal, there's no question. Mr. Sunshine, Realtor Eddy here in Palm Beach County. There's no question about it. You know what, Jared? I specialize in those people because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, when you're getting 10 and 11,000 comments per day in a 24-hour period, that's what makes it all worthwhile. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. I got somebody harassing me at this particular point in time. But, you know, I don't understand it. Maybe I'm going to go down to the other end of the room here so I don't have to sit here and listen to it each and every moment as I'm sitting here broadcasting live. So other than that, it doesn't matter what we're doing, Christian. People got things to do. It's Sunday. Up north, it's a beautiful sunny day. They don't have to sit here. We're only broadcasting live for the Facebook audience around the world. Gene's Entrance, I'm going to come back later on this afternoon as things deteriorate into the evening. God loves you, and Eddy does too. Thank you for coming to the Mr. Sunshine Show. We will broadcast and update you at a later time this afternoon. Woo!